Hey guys, Ryan and Alec back at ground control. Now we're gonna start working a couple of attacks from the X guard position. So Alec is gonna stand up here. And now I'm gonna go ahead right towards my X guard. I have my good boombox position in this case. My feet are flexed, pulling in opposite directions, and I have a good grip above the knee with a slight external rotation. So this one's a pretty easy one to do, and we can do it from both the boombox and the pledge position. Now, what I'm gonna look to do here is you see I'm pulling, I'm gonna slightly extend to start widening Alec's base so that he's working on controlling his balance right now. A lot of times what happens is I might have a grip established on the sleeve or even like the lapel or far side lapel. And now Alec doesn't like this because his posture is compromised. So he goes ahead and looks to break my grip, boom, and really build his posture back up so that he's out of reach. I'm gonna look to time that. So in this variation, my preference is to have one of the lapels gripped. And as he goes to break, boom, he's already starting to force his energy backwards. So I'm gonna take advantage of that and go with the momentum. What I do is I keep my good pressure onto the hip, and then my foot that's on the knee is gonna slide down towards the ankle. Then we pull in opposite directions, taking his base back and planting him towards the mat. It's important that when we do this, we're sliding down. I don't just move it. I always say drive there, don't fly there. What happens is I can maintain contact the entire time so I know that I reach my target, which is gonna be right behind his ankle. If I try to just move it, that leg might not be there. If Alec backsteps here, that leg might not be there by the time I look to finish. As long as I'm dragging, if he goes to backstep, I can keep that contact and prevent the backstep from taking place. So we'll go a couple of times through. So I'm gonna have control. Alec goes to break. I'm gonna slide, extend. Now, once I go and bring him down towards the mat, it's really important that we have a game plan when we come up. Now, a lot of times from this variation, I end up in my opponent's guard in some capacity. You can see we're both in similar positions. It might turn into a scramble if we don't have any kind of game plan established. So I still feel like I have the higher ground, me isolating his hip with my top leg. So my free hand, I like to grab right at the knee and look to extend away. I'm gonna plant my foot towards the mat, and now I'm posted on my opposite elbow, the elbow that's underneath of his leg. Now my hips lift, and this is where I can bring my leg back through underneath of me. So I could come up towards a pass position where I can be a little bit proactive from the top position. We'll go over that one more time. So starting in our boombox position with X guard, we're gonna have a grip established. Alec goes ahead to break. I'm gonna slide down towards his ankle, two opposite directions, pulling his low base point out while attacking his center of gravity at his hip in the opposite direction. Bringing him down towards the mat. Now, I don't wanna lie on my back here. You know, I realize I did for demonstration purposes. It's actually a mistake. As he's coming, I wanna use that momentum to come up towards my elbow so I maintain the higher ground. I'm gonna go ahead and establish my grip towards the inside of his knee, really stretching. My foot plants, my hips come up, and now I'm in a position that I can look to attack from the top position. And that's one variation of the high-low sweep from the X guard.